In part 3 of Make the WR400 Great Again, I'll be installing this 2007 KX450F carb. So you might be thinking, why am I putting a 450 carb on my WR400? The main reason is because the stock WR400 carburetor is prone to failure. The slide inside the carburetor is known to crack, and once that cracks, little fragments go into your intake, into your engine, and then hit your piston and can cause all kinds of dramas. I don't want those issues with my bike, so what I'm going to be doing is whacking this KX450F carb on there, as not only are they more reliable, they're a little bit easier to tune than these old carburetors. So let's get to it. Let's take this stock carburetor off and whack this 450 carb on there. Now to unplug the tubes for the hot start, and I'll be able to get rid of this hot start setup. Bend the boot out of the way. So just to show you the difference in the carburetors, this is the KX450 carburetor and this is the stock WR400F carburetor. So as you can see, the KX450 carb is a fair bit narrower, so I'm a little worried that this carburetor might not fit between both boots. So just having a look at the throttle position sensor clip, I'll just see if they're the same plugs, and the plugs look identical, so that's not going to be an issue at all. And before I fit the carb, I'm just going to remove this hot start plunger, as I don't need it, and it'll give me some more room to fit the carb in. So there is plenty of room for it to slot in. There we go. Now that's plugged in. Hide that up in there. Now to plug the fuel hose on. Alrighty, so after a lot of dicking around, I had to remove the coil so I could get the accelerator wires in place. Now they're in place, I'll hook the foil back up. So this accelerator cable which I'm installing is a cable to suit the KX450F carburetor, as a stock WR400 accelerator cable won't work with this carburetor. I am, however, using the stock throttle tube, so you don't need to change that. It's only the accelerator cable which you need to change. So it obviously needs a bit of adjustment there, but let's see if it snaps back. And it does. Alrighty, now let's clamp down those boots. Now to remove this tubing which went to the hot start. Now to cut that off with one of these plugs. Alright, let's turn the fuel on and see if she starts. So don't mind the hot start cable here, I've just got to get a lever which I'll attach to the bars. You're probably thinking I'm crazy kicking over a WR400 in thongs, but I've got an auto decomp cam in it, so it kicks over really easy, pretty much like a two-stroke. Wow, that actually worked a treat. So as you can see, you can bolt a KX450F carb on the WR and it will run. However, there's a couple of things which I need to adjust with this carburetor. As you can see, this fuel mixture screw is wound all the way in, and it's meant to be between half a turn and 3 turns. So what that means is my pilot jet is too large, and this carburetor is running a size 48 pilot, and I'm going to swap that pilot for a size 42. So I just got to loosen off these clamps, tilt the carburetor, take the pilot jet out and replace it with a smaller one, and then adjust the fuel mixture screw and then see if it's within the range of half a turn and 3 turns. Alrighty, now I just need to take this bolt out here and then replace the pilot jet. So that there is the main jet, and this one up the back of it is the pilot jet. So that's the pilot jet, And as I said, that's a size 48. Now I'll be replacing it with this size 42 pilot jet. Alrighty, so I got the fuel mixture screw out half a turn. So I'm going to start the bike, and when I wind that fuel mixture screw in, so clockwise, the bike should shut off. Theoretically, when you wind it all the way in, the bike should cut off pretty quickly. This was stumbling, so I know it was there right on the limit. So what I'll do is just wind the fuel mixture screw out 2.5 turns and see if I can hear a difference in the RPMs of the engine. Now you can hear the bike is stuttering, so I'm just going to wind it back in. Alrighty, so I've got the fuel mixture screw out 2.5 turns, which is absolutely perfect. I noticed that after 3.5 turns the bike started spluttering, and also when I wound it in past half a turn it also started spluttering. So that is pretty well in the range. I'm going to take the bike out on a dirt track and then test it and see if I need to raise the needle clip or whether I need to change that main jet. But at this stage the bike seems to be running really well. I've got a pretty good base platform to gauge whether I need to change the main jet or whether I need to change the needle clip position. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.